So if you're sitting at a desk, feet maybe hips width apart, hips are slightly raised, and the shoulders are aligned with the hips. And imagine your spine as a string of pearls of light, and it's stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So just imagine someone is very gently lengthening your spine, putting some space in between those vertebrae. Take a nice deep breath and just allow your spine to lengthen just a little bit more. The head is very slightly tipped forward and the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And just relax the jaw. Now bring your awareness to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, back of the head. Just relax your scalp and your ears, the inner ear, and the temples, back of the tongue. Relax the back of the neck and drop your shoulders down, and your shoulder blades. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And just bring the mind to the breath, just noticing the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. There's a very gentle flow of air in through the nostrils. Maybe you can feel those tiny hairs, miniature hairs inside as the air flows in and out. If there are any sounds in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there and try not to run off and investigate. And bringing the mind back to the breath. And then just notice what thoughts are arising. Are you facing some uncertainty in your life? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you happy, joyful? Are you worried? So whatever these thoughts are that are arising, just allow them and examine each one. And just notice. And try and be like an objective observer. Try not to judge your thoughts or criticize them or have opinions. Just allow them to be there. And again, bring to mind all those people of your life. And you might notice as you're doing this, as we do this exercise every evening, but the loved ones come in and out of focus as well. They're still loved ones, but there's one loved one in your life that's a little bit more predominant than the other. And maybe a person that you find a little bit irritating is sort of coming up. Maybe they're coming in for Christmas or something. You have to kind of steel yourself. And then there's maybe those folk who are complete strangers to you. Maybe life around you is starting to get busy. Many friends, enemy, and strangers all in the same place. So just remember that they can change place at any time and try and develop equanimity in your mind. Just in your mind. Remembering that they're all equal in their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering. So remembering that we're going to do this meditation this evening for the benefit of all these people of our life and for ourselves as we're moving along our spiritual path. And just remember there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we're creating negativity with our mind, so we can equally create positivity with our mind. We can change it. So first we start with the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. And you can think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions, and having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So we all understand about suffering, so we can't bear the thought of maybe having any more. So logically, we want to remove those karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. And we're not asking or needing Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. And you can also imagine this is your teacher manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. And he's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white cushion and a moon disk. White lotus and a moon disk. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud, just like our enlightened potential, born out of our delusions, but yet untainted by them. And he has this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. And he has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. And he's wearing all this beautiful jewelry and scarves, flowing scarves. And he has an aura around his head and around his body, an aura of light, auras of light. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed, and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of people you've harmed recently and in the past, and then in general, all beings we've ever harmed since beginningless time. And then remember those who have harmed you, and we can have compassion for them because they will suffer as a result of the harm they've done to you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think I must purify for their sake. And so here we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine doing the practice of purification. So we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And this arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Hanarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me biyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dita me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me biyata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So the next is the purification of speech. And Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and useless speech and lying, talking badly about others behind their backs. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others with your speech. So just imagine how powerful that would be for them and also for yourself, because you hear yourself talking. So every syllable that comes out of your mouth is of benefit to another person and to yourself. So next is the purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you switch on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness. So just as a light hits your heart chakra, the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all your attachment and neediness and anger and depression and resentment and jealousy and bitterness are all instantly dispelled, not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatakata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. So be delighted again that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified, gone. And think there is no space in your heart now for anything other than love and wisdom and kindness and compassion, sweetness. So next is the purification of negativity, of the imprint, of negativity of body, speech, and mind. So imagine that Vajrasattva again sends light and nectar, and it fills you completely, and it eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind. And as we've done before, as I've said before, you can also recite a couple of mantras for each of those visualizations that we've just done if you wish as well. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tathagata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tathagata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham te. So now feel you are completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. So really try and imagine this, how it is to be free from all these negativities, from the burden of all of our negativities. So even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So you're free. So we come now to the power of resolve, and this is a really crucial step in this purification process. And this is the determination to not harm with our body and our speech and our mind. So we basically, we harm ourselves with our mind, with all our sort of negative self-talk. So we just try and make a determination to work on something. Maybe you've been working on something for the past, week or day or year. And think about giving yourself a reasonable timeline. If it's only 5 seconds, that's all you can do, then that's perfect. But gradually over time, you'll notice changes are starting to take place. And then you're not following habitual negative habits quite as much. And it sort of starts to atrophy the pathway to that habit. And then rejoice in your efforts. Make sure you do that. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. And then just a little bit about emptiness. You meditate on the emptiness with 3 circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level your mind understands emptiness, just place it there for a little while. So in this way, we can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. And you can also think that perhaps the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So you think for His Holiness Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, May all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, O Tub Shu Chang Jin Jam Gon Galloway, Tenzing Kyang Pelway Kunzo Dog Porze, Chog Sum Kurwe Leg Mon to a Drum. Pa dag sog dulje kondu jab ten shug. Lama Ursel Venerable One, to whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far off places, especially the West, mindfully with loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And you should share a beloved teacher leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Gone like a dream, yet again. I feel my life is disappearing before my very eyes. All right, everybody. Lots of love. Do take care. Sleep well. Pray we all wake up in the morning. And hopefully I will see you at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever time it is for you guys. So lots of love. Thank you for coming. Thanks for hosting. And I mean, thank you for my 3 hosts. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Never mind. Thanks a lot, you guys. Okay, bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Lots of love.
Sweet